Morning Boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, your favorite live streamer, back with another quarantine stream day. I don't know what of the Rona, but we're locked down here April 8th, and we're still deep in the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. We have our cryptomaniac boomers like ETH1, Lady Plants, Niagara Gardner, and the rest of them pouring into the chat box right now. Make sure you're hitting the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to all the good words that we spread here daily. Today we'll be talking about this market volatility. It swings and it dings and it continues to ring. And things are up again today. And you know what I say? As long as the legacy markets are trading sideways or moving towards the green, it's positive for Bitcoin. Bitcoin holding strong. I have a target for Bitcoin as we approach the halving of $8,000. And perhaps maybe if we're lucky, we could get closer to 9K, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Let me go ahead and shout out once again, Lady Plants, ETH1, Cash Couch has entered the chat box here via D Live. Trap Talk TV's here. Make sure you hit the buttons, guys. Tune into all the good words that we spread here daily. We're about to get into it. Check out the market volatility. Check out the legacy markets. Check out the bits. See if there's any opportunities out there and keep you informed what we've been up to. I did a little video this morning as I took my morning walk just to inform you guys, keep you up to date what's happening on my end and what I'm doing. Aside from these broadcasts, I started dip diving and sliding into some options trading over there on Robinhood. And, I did about a week or two of some solid background information, some studying, some, research, basically R&D. And, I decided to take a stab yesterday. I was up 17%. Now, I wonder if there's a way for me to show the account or show their portfolio. And I think there may be, because it seems to me like the tabs don't reveal any personal information. So I'm going to have to check that. And perhaps maybe I'll take you on a little journey with me with a portfolio, not even a virtual portfolio, a real one. So, I start off with 1,000 and let's see what we could do with it. Check out that video. I don't really show anything. I more talked about what I did, but we'll continue to do that and keep that up to date. Shout out to Lady Plant. She says, hey, the Louisiana police plays the purge alarm at curfew time. How sick is that? Wow, I didn't even know that. I'm hearing that someone out there in California was arrested for watching the sunset. People being arrested for just taking a walk and a stroll in the park. Guys, how long are we going to put up with this ridiculousness? How long are we going to put up with this house lockdown? And we're believing, here's the thing. Does anyone have any evidence that the quarantine is actually better than not? I mean, there's not any direct evidence leading. It makes sense. Yeah, you stay home. Maybe you don't, spread the virus. But is there any data that shows that that's any much better? Because this thing is out of control. How long are we going to put up with this? Because they keep saying it's going to get worse in a couple of weeks, but then it doesn't get worse. So definitely something to consider. And, at this pace, guys, I don't know, another month of this. And if I don't see anyone around us getting sick, what are we supposed to do? Come on, guys. When are the people just going to say, you know what? We stopped listening to the big bad wolves. And this is why you don't want to get government involved in anything. Because look what's going on. We got the government involved and look what went on. It's, in the name of public safety. This is ridiculous. Anyhow, let me not get into a negative train of thought, because there's opportunities out there. This market volatility is, providing opportunities. Like I said, there is opportunities out there. I mentioned the billionaire that was created over a month. This hedge fund manager, he started off with 22 million, and in the course of 32 days, 30 days, I think he's grew that account to 3 billion. And that's because there's so much volatility and there's opportunities out there if you know how to, take a stab at it, which is a shame for the layman, because the layman really is not paying attention. The tiger at the zoo has corona. I heard about that. And that to me is the biggest troll of the century. If we're believing that, how does it go from a bat to a human to a tiger? Right now it's starting to get ridiculous. Champ, I'm not worried about the fake vid 19, been doing house calls for work. Nobody's sick. Nobody knows anyone who's sick, says Niagara. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've heard a couple people. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I mean, I don't know anyone that's personally that's sick. But Wifey on Facebook has a couple people that she formerly worked with that say that they tested positive, but they're fine at the house. So, I mean, you know, as far as like a pandemic and all these things that people are saying, at what point are we going to stop believing the fake news, guys? Come on, guys. You know, I'm sure there's something going on out there and everything, but it seems to me like it's exaggerated. So whatever, you know, let's go ahead and talk about economics here, because you can go down these rabbit holes and just get upset. I noticed that they took down David Icke's latest live stream on London Real. And if you guys have been following that, this is like the 5th time he brought out David Icke. And they had like 62,000 people the other day live. And, you know, Icke was just dropping it on him. Boom, boom, boom. And about an hour or two later, they just pulled the video. Boom. And, you know, so London Real now, it's the first time he's been banned. And, you know, people are starting to wake up. Like, you know, all the conspiracy theories that were floated out for, you know, 10, 20, 30 years ago now are starting to look a lot more real. So, you know, something to consider. How do they know to test the tiger? What was he coughing? Yeah, it's all, to me, that is the biggest bullshit. I mean, that to me, it's like a troll. It's like, again, I remember what I've said. Part of the scheme is showing you things in fine print that, you know, it's kind of like trolling you. You know, they're telling you this thing, and if you're believing it, then perhaps maybe you deserve it. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on, guys. The tiger with the Rona. Get out of here. Get out of here, guys. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous, guys. You know, it's a troll at this point. And if you're believing in that, then perhaps maybe, you know, you should be locked down. The U.S. debt clock has silver at 2170 an ounce, gold at 17,000. Yeah. You know, the thing is that we know that J.P. Morgan has been implicit in arguably manipulating the silver markets and perhaps the gold as well. I tried to take a position on silver yesterday, and I mentioned it on my video. You know, I bought a call on silver. I was trying to get in early in the morning so that I could do a flip, you know, like an hour flip or 2 hour flip. But it never, the buy order didn't go through in the morning, and then I went into another trade, and I forgot that I had that buy order open. So around 2 or 3 o'clock late, the order was filled. And then I was like, oh man, I didn't want to get into this play. And then, you know, the order was filled as the market was going down. And I had came up about 28% on my first play. It was a Bank of America play that I did. It was like only an hour or two play. And since, you know, I had made some good gains, 28%, and I was down about 10% on the silver call. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and sell this at a loss so I can close the day out still at a net gain. So, you know, that's what I'm experimenting with, and I'll keep you guys up to date. Like I said, I may show you the dashboard or whatnot, but, you know, I'm going to be taking this journey and sharing as much as I can. And if you want to go ahead and take the journey and watch with me or participate also, and maybe you try things out, I got a link down to Robinhood down below. If you join, you get 1 free stock. And again, this is not advice. I'm not an advisor. I'm not giving tips or opinion or you know, advice. I'm just showing you my experience and my opinions. And you know, if you want to jump on board, jump on board. Funny bunny indeed. CryptoZilla's here on DLive. Guys, make sure you're following me on DLive.tv/ChampagneCrypto. We do the stream. We multi-stream there every single day. And don't give YouTube all the juice. Don't give YouTube all the juice. Don't give YouTube all the juice. It's real simple. Because, you know, they could do you like they did London Real and just knock it down. I think they started talking. He was feeling some type of way because YouTube talked to the BBC about it. And the BBC already had talk about David Icke's video being removed from London Real on the BBC headlines. And London Real was feeling some type of way because he's like, how are you going to be talking about, you know, I'm a client of YouTube, and how are you going to be talking about what I did to someone else onto the media before talking to me? So it's a big shit show, for lack of a better word. And you guys know the deal with YouTube. They're in with the MSM, and, you know, anytime people talk about the Rona or anything, you know, the moon landing or anything, they try to throw these little ads under the video, like saying that they know what the truth is. So What's London Real, says Nano. It's a channel. Some gentleman named Brian, I forgot his name, but he interviews a bunch of people. And he brought in David Icke for like the fifth time this time. And there was like 65,000 people live. And the broadcast was like the number 2 in the whole world. Not yesterday, the day before. And then like an hour before, they just pulled the video because he was dropping too much. You know, they didn't even shadow ban him. They just removed the video. So if you want to follow that or what's going on, it's London Real. He's on YouTube, but I think he's about to quit YouTube. LondonReal.tv. He's going now. We should bring him over to D-Live. Bring him over to the library. And like I said, guys, there's got to be opportunities to YouTube. CryptoZilla just shared a link about unexpected health benefits from semen. That's I'll pass on that one. Maybe the ladies want to check that out. So that's funny. Yeah, Nano Joe says, yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, check out the London Real and see what's going on. I don't know if you guys know about David Icke, but he's been around since the 90s, dropping, conspiracy theories and now he's starting to sound more legit than ever. And, he's dropping, science on him and saying, what he believes to be the plan of the world takeover by this cult. And it's very similar to some of the ideas that we've had here as well. We don't trust the mainstream, and we know that there is a globalist plan to make a one world government to arguably RFID chip people and track everything. And, obviously we don't have direct proof of this, but there's a lot of evidence that can lead you to believe that. ETH1 is here. Shout out to you. CryptoZilla's here. Guys, D-Live it. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. As I'm getting salt lending ads. Borrow against your Bitcoin, ETH, Dash, and Litecoin. You know what? I think I had a bag of salt at one point. And I remember liking the model. Crypto-backed loans. I haven't done it, but it was interesting. You can see the price of Bitcoin holding well, 72.68. We saw a drop yesterday. There was a lot of volatility the last 10 minutes before close yesterday on the stocks. Apparently, they're having a liquidity problem in the bots and people trying to close out. And I was trying to figure out what was happening, but there was a major dippage, and then it kind of rebounded again. So something to consider. Let's check out the market summary over here. You got the indices are up. S&P's up 1.53. The Dow's up 1.22. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. For this year, at least, for 2020, there is a direct correlation between Bitcoin and the legacy markets. Okay, I think the number that I have here is like 0.58 if you want to calculate it mathematically, and it could be more. Okay, so more than half of the time Bitcoin's following the legacy markets is my understanding. You can see the 10-year yield has increased. It's at 0.76. This is extremely good. I would like to see it closer to 1, but the fact that it moved up from about 0.58 to where it's at now in a couple of days is good, and it seems like the trend may be bullish for the short term when it comes to the bonds. They got to keep these bonds closer to 1. That's all I got to say here. You can see the active stocks in the U.S. Carnival, again, is booming. Americans up. I guess people are trying to speculate on these companies. These companies are in complete lockdown and taking major hits. The cruise industry, it's arguably done for like a couple of years. So who's buying? I don't know. I mean, are these bailouts? Is the Fed buying it directly? I don't know. I can see the airlines rebounding faster than the cruise lines, but the airlines may have more debt. I don't know. I haven't checked out their balance sheets or, what the actual math is behind them, but I'm not interested in airlines. And of course, crypto's holding strong. Let me see. How about the metals? Metals looking good. Gold there at $16.55. Silver at $15. There's green. Everywhere is pretty much green. Green. There's very little red. So that's good. Let me go ahead and check out CoinMarketCap on them. Market cap now is over 200 billion, which is good. Bitcoin dominance at 64.2 has decreased. And listen, I'm going to say this. After this Bitcoin happening, after this Rona lockdown and this Rona scare, I got an eye on altcoins. Okay, specifically Ether amongst others. But I got an eye on altcoins because let's be honest here. Bitcoin, it has the first mover advantage. It has the confidence of the market as far as, the crypto coins, but it doesn't have the bells and whistles that some of these other coins have. Like Ether could do way more than Bitcoin can. Okay. Ether could do way more than Bitcoin can. So I think, people may be looking at these other coins and seeing what other things they could do with them. Because, as far as like novelty with Bitcoin has worn off. It's not peer-to-peer cash. It's not this, the store of value. It's a cool technology. It's, definitely the first of its kind. It's going to be here. It's going to stick around. I don't see Bitcoin dying or anything like that. But, there's a possibility that it may lose some of its dominance to other coins that have more features. Like ETH, like maybe EOS, like maybe Tezos, or maybe even Cardano if they can actually deliver something. So, something to consider. I feel like once the halving hype wears off, the Rona is left behind us. I think DeFi may be the talk of the town out here. Miss Crypto Chick, I like that meme. How Eddie looks out of the box. That's actually a cool meme. Let me show that one. But yeah, that's my my opinion. I feel like we may see alt season. We may see Bitcoin lose dominance, in the next couple of years. 10 people over there on D-Live. Shout out to everybody on D-Live. Big shout out. Miss Crypto Chick with this Eddie meme. How he looks out of the meme here. See that part? I really like that. I like how it was edited. So shout out to Crypto Chick. Let me go ahead and throw 50 lemons here in the treasure chest. Guys, make sure you head on over there and follow me. Be active in the box, and maybe you can get a lemon or 5 or 10 or 20. I think, or maybe you get them all 50 of them. Sometimes we have only one winner. So tune in. Boom, boom, boom. Let's continue running down the numbers out here. So let's check out Ether at 168. This is becoming more and more attractive to me. Ether under 200 for a midterm play it's looking good for a hodl. Ripple, I'm not interested. Bitcoin Cash. Now, Bitcoin Cash is undergoing a halving today, or is it coming soon, or something like that? Bitcoin Cash as a peer-to-peer cash is looking stronger than Litecoin nowadays, name brand-wise, because it has that Bitcoin brand name. And there is rumors, it's just rumors, that Bitcoin Cash may adopt some privacy features. Now, again, that's just a rumor, hasn't been confirmed. You got EOS, Satoshi Vision, we're going to skip. Although I'll tell you this much. As funny bunny as a coin as Satoshi Vision is, it has major volatility. So, I mean, if some people are trading this, they may be making gains. So, if you're just swinging in and out of it, I'm still not interested in touching it. Litecoin there at 45.74, EOS at 268, Binance at 14.93, Tezos at $2, Leo at 102, Stellar at 4, almost 5. Monero always around there at 56.63, and then you got Chainlink at 283, continue to hold those gains. Cardano at 0.035. Bcash halving doesn't seem to have got much attention. Not that much, but I'll tell you what, the price has done well. I mean, I think it's outperformed Bitcoin in the short term. Let's look at the 1 month chart here. And it's kind of sideways Bitcoin wise. Let's look at 3 month chart. Hoping Bitcoin halving is more eventful. I don't know. Obviously, look. So this is the Bitcoin Cash charts. I'm looking at the orange line because it's compared to Bitcoin. Obviously, everything took a hit there at the mid-February and into March. So it seems like after the low and around the 13th, it seems ever since the national emergency was declared in the United States on the 13th, Bitcoin Cash has gone up against Bitcoin. You see, the green line is the dollar value. It's more sideways than, they both started at the same point around the 13th, but you can see things has gone up compared to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Cash is it's performed a little bit of better than Bitcoin these past few weeks, this past 30 days. So there you go. Something that delivers will obviously have value, says Johnson. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, if it works, it's valuable. Okay. Hope Bitcoin halving is more eventful, says James. I hope so too. I hope so too. But, you know, I mean, I think it will be more eventful than the Bcash halving, you know, simply because it's Bitcoin. It's way bigger in market cap. But, you know, those talks about all-time high, $100,000 Bitcoin, it's not going to happen in the short term. Okay. It's not going to, we're not going to hit all-time highs. And I'll be surprised if we even hit 9,000. Now, I think the trend is positive as we approach the halving, but it's not as, you know, strong as some people would have expected. And that's due to the Rona and, you know, but even before the Rona hit, you know, I was doubting how far the price of Bitcoin could go before this halving. You know, last year you would have asked me, I said, oh, this time last year, I was like, oh, but Bitcoin halving, we'd probably see around 18,000. And as the year progressed, you know, that went down to about 12,000. And then after the new year, it was clear that, you know, we were going to have to struggle to even get above 10,000. You know, the goal that Bitcoin needs to achieve is keeping its price above 10,000 for the majority of a year. And it's never done that. It's never done that. So when, you know, these guys come out saying that, you know, Bitcoin is here to save the world, that's cool, bro. But has it held its price over 10K for more than 6 months? Nano says theory, Bitcoin replaces the dollar, Dash replaces the euro, Ether replaces the pound. Not a bad idea to invest in some of these alts. Yeah, I mean, that's a romantic theory, but that I probably would never happen. Why would the USD or the government replace the dollar with Bitcoin when they can print more dollars and they have more control over it? You know, their whole mission is, if you don't see what's happening, is the dollar's stronger now. Actually, the dollar's stronger now as some of these smaller currencies are starting to lose it. You know, a lot of money's fleeing into the US dollar. They got control of it. It's the petrodollar. And of course, we know it's funny bunny. We know that it's, you know, not a limited circulating supply. We know all that. But what incentive do the powers that be have to change things to Bitcoin? You know, with a limited circulating supply, you know, that deflation can, if you kind of think of it like this, I mean, if they weren't pumping more money into the markets, everything would go down and there would be a lot more pain. You know, obviously that could be a good thing, but for a lot of people, they're not ready for that. You know, in a perfect world there, Nano, you know, in a utopia, but that doesn't exist. And, as far as, you know, currencies that control, you know, currencies need to be backed up by more than just mathematics. Okay. We live in the real world. And, you know, at the end of the day, violence is not the best solution, but it seems to me like it's the final solution. And that's how they keep the US dollar strong. And Bitcoin doesn't have any capabilities in the physical world. You know, people, you know, it doesn't have an army to back it. And that's just the truth, guys. You know, I'm waiting to March 2023, and if crypto is not at new all-time highs, I will sell and get my money, says Muffin McPuffin. Well, there you go. I mean, you're patient. You're patient. Our great-granddads that aren't born yet owe taxes already. That's a good point. That's a good point. This falling to 3K isn't eventful? Question mark. Haha, it's the halving. Alrighty. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's something to consider. Let me go ahead and run through some headlines that, you know, I found interesting. So we have this article. Let me click on this ad. Guys, download the Brave browser. I get ads all day long. I get them during the live stream. I'm making BAT tokens. I don't know how many times to explain it to you. If you follow this channel and you have not downloaded the Brave browser, I really don't know what you're doing. Okay, download the Brave browser and earn a few BAT tokens. Why not, guys? If you're using Chrome, you're getting tracked, traced, and you're not getting anything in return. You can use Brave. It's about exactly the same experience, and it blocks most of the ads. And the ads that you do click on, you can earn a couple BATs. I have a link down below. I get $5 if you use it. So help me out. I'll help you out. We boom, boom, boom together. Where's my bomb? Social distancing just made accessing your cash a lot harder, and this is just supporting evidence to show you guys that we are arguably going down a path where cash is going to become obsolete, and eventually they're going to put everybody on a digital coin that they can manage, a centralized coin. So here's a couple points here. At the turn of the century, cash remained the primary method of payment. Now it's becoming a form of protection insurance for those who are skeptical of keeping all of their capital where they cannot control it. If the recent spate of so-called panic buying around the world taught us anything, it is that perceived risks, irrational or not, of food supplies running out cajoles people into action. A big problem is that people have been voluntarily distancing themselves from money in favor of technological convenience. And that's the thing. You know, people rather have convenience than freedom. They rather have security than freedom. You know, that's why we got to educate the youngsters, guys. This is where social distancing could be used as a control measure to keep your money in the system. Okay. They would more likely close their doors until further notice. Talking about the banks, ATMs, and the post office would then be your only remaining option of getting a hold of cash. And I've said this right before they even declared the emergency. I'm like, guys, make sure you have some cash on you just in case, because it could get ugly. Just in case, make sure you got some cash. And we've said that I don't know how many times. Digital gold cannot use DLive at the moment. Okay, I mean, it's working just fine for me. Sorry to hear that. Let's continue with these headlines. Futures rebounds from Tuesday's historic reversal despite European chaos. So, you know, if you've been following the stocks, you notice, like, here's in the graph. This is right before close. There was a dip with extra volatility, and they explained this. You know, bottom line is that the markets are not as liquid as they need to be because they don't have a lot of buyers. The only people that are buying are the banks. So arguably. Here comes the second wave. Okay, here's another one, guys. Just as another heads up, Wuhan is entering a second wave. Tens of thousands are about to flee the city. Last week, it was reported that even as the world's attention had shifted to the new global coronavirus outbreak, epicenters of New York, Italy, and Spain, and other Western nations, China, which rushed to restart its economy at any cost, had put a major county on lockdown after a new cluster of coronavirus infection had emerged. Okay, the new cluster emerged just days after China once again revised its virus reporting methodology to also include asymptomatic carriers of the disease. So they're about to do a new lockdown. This means that whether asymptomatic or not, imported or domestic, China reported the most new coronavirus cases in a month as slowly the disease appears to be reestablishing itself in the world's most populous nation. So China has officially reported no new death from the Wuhan variant, but come to think of it, China hasn't officially reported any death from the Tiananmen Square incident as of yet. So you can't really trust them. But apparently there's a new cluster coming up. Such doubts combined with reports of new asymptomatic cases are triggering fears of a potential second wave of infections that could undermine Beijing's claim to have tamed the virus. So as for Wuhan, they had 76 days in quarantine, as well as controls on outbound travel have now been lifted just after midnight in China, with authorities encouraging resumption of business operation for this critical industrial hub. You can see cars leaving Wuhan. Officials tell us that in 7 hours since the lockdown lifted, 970 passenger vehicles have left the city. So they just lifted the ban, and people are just leaving. They don't want to be in the major cities anymore. And I mean, been saying this for a while, guys. I'm trying to get away from the cities, from the whole 5G lockdown or whatnot. And let me be clear. I'm not sure that, about this 5G thing either. I got my eyes on the conspiracy theory, but there's countries that don't even have 5Gs that are affected by the virus. So it's something to consider. A Chinese Eastern airplane departs from Wuhan. So people are just getting out. People just don't want to be in major cities anymore. How's this going to impact urban areas when you talk about the idea of social distancing? Social distancing, how could you really social distance in an urban environment? You want to be social distance, move to the country. So let me link this so you guys could read it. ETH1 says 30 more days of quarantine in Romania means we will have a phase 2 COVID, says Crypto Chick. Yeah, I mean, is this thing ever going to stop? I mean, at this point, guys, I'm like, just let me get the Rona, and just so that I can become immune and move forward, because this thing is out of control already. It's just like, it's kind of like, having the chicken pox. Let me just get the chicken pox and get it over with. I know, it may be painful or whatever. You may be locked, in bed for I don't know how long, but, just get it over with. So, because I don't want to take any vaccines, come on. I don't want to be forced to, hopefully we're not forced. I'll tell you that much, because it's going to get out of control. Let's continue looking at these headlines. The CEO who built Cisco into a powerhouse has a sobering coronavirus diagnosis, at least 9 months of economic pain. And I would agree, for people that think we're just going to rebound 1, 2, 3, bada bing, even once we start getting back to work, there's going to be a trickle effect. I mean, how many people can't pay their rent? How many landlords can't pay their mortgages? I mean, it's a trickle effect, guys. So let's see what he says. Silicon Valley sage John Chambers, he says he's expecting the worst over the next 9 months to a year. Companies are running out of cash. He said the next quarter is going to be ugly. He's a self-described realistic optimist. Companies will either be destroyed or break away if they follow their North Star, said Chambers. It's time to reinvent or be left behind. And remember, great tech companies have emerged during economic crisis. That's true. That's true. Things will get worse before they get better. That is the realistic optimist in me speaking, says Chambers, who has predicted up to 40% of the Fortune 500 and 70% of startups will no longer be around in a decade. There will be terrible pain and loss from all this, but we need to believe that in the darkest moment, there is light yet to come. So check that one out. If you want to read more, I'll be sharing all these. Most jobs now can be done from your home. Moving to the country and becoming more self-reliant is in my future plans. And people in the city are also waking up to this idea. I would, I agree with most of what you said. I would just change the word most to many jobs. Not all jobs can be done from home, but many jobs can, more than even last year. And I think more companies are going to be open to letting their employees work from home. So yeah, I can see that trend. And now where you have delivery, you could easily be out, not too, far from the main city, just like 20, 30 miles out from the city, and still be able to get your packages. You could still do your stuff on the internet. So being out of the city nowadays is not as isolating as it once was. So we may be seeing a trend reversal here to more country living now, if you come to think about it. People want to isolate themselves more, distance themselves more. Now let's look at this, guys. Grocery prices are rising as eat-at-home demand soars during the coronavirus pandemic. Now, I predict that eventually we should see some inflation if they continue to just throw money out there. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that now. What we're seeing actually is a deflation in the short term. But let's see what this article says. Grocery prices are rising as eat-at-home demand soars during the coronavirus pandemic. Smuckers and Conagra say the number of promotions will decline in the coming months. JP Morgan says food companies have started to talk about reducing the number of promotions they offer, and plenty of other businesses to stand to benefit. With people across the U.S. staying home more, diners are eating in, sending flocks of shoppers to retailers like Kroger, Costco, Walmart. Though shoppers may be done with their initial stockpiling, which sent sales of groceries and household necessities soaring in March, analysts say that they'll likely maintain shopping activity to replenish essential items. In a normal environment, reduced discounts, that is, higher prices, would lead to lower volumes, but we are not in normal times. We think elasticity will be minimal as long as food at home is benefiting from COVID-19 to this degree. These guys, so it's basically like, they know that people got to stay home. There's no reason to give discounts to make them buy more. People are going to buy. Elasticity will be minimal, okay? What I would tell you on promotions right now is we're honoring all the contracts we have in place. But the tactical dynamic is that we're in a daily discussions with our customers on how to help them meet the needs of their shoppers. And many customers are looking to pull back on promotion as they try to manage the basics of just keeping their shelf stocks. They don't need to offer promotions. Okay, sales are up for them. So, it is what it is. Grocers aren't the only one cutting promos to keep shoppers from rushing the shelves. Home Depot said it canceled all major spring promotions to keep from driving traffic to its stores. The initial spike in demand from pantry loading and consumers replenishing at a rapid rate because of the shift to at-home consumption gives manufacturers of staple items an advantage. So I'll read that. Did I link that? No, I haven't. Let me link that. Let me peek at these other headlines over here. Let me pull up the Wall Street Journal as well. So here's U.S. faces unclear path to restarting virus-hit economy. It's unclear. And as I said in this morning's video, you got to take things day by day. Trying to see 2, 3, 4, 5 months into the future is tough. Now, there's a lot of volatility. And obviously we expect, like this gentleman said, the next 9 months may be an economic pain, but we're going to take it day by day. And word is there's going to be another stimulus package. Another stimulus package. Coming soon to a theater near you. They are trying to make the U.S. a third world economy, says Rafterman. Yeah, it seems to me like they're just trying to buy everything up and make everybody in debt to the system because, they keep throwing money out there. And remember, if you're in debt, you're the slave. So the more they can make people in debt to the system, then the more slaves they have. It's real simple. The banks, they issue debt. People are saying, Trump's got the Fed where he wants them. He's going to, it's all BS. Actually, the Fed is happier than ever. These banks want to issue more and more and more and more debt. That's the product that they sell. So, just like third world economies are in debt, they want to put everybody in debt. That's basically what it is. That's why I'm not for UBI. That's being in debt. That's being a slave. You know who gets UBI? Slaves. Slaves get a basic income and basic health care. They're on the plantation and they get taken care of by their owner, but not very well. And they got to work really hard. So something to consider, guys. Main events here, kaboom. Main event, you used the Hive network yet? Did you finally lock it in, or what happened out there? We know Steam forked. They made Hive, and I've been waiting to see if anybody's used it. What a shame what happened with Steam, guys. Let me take a peek over here to D Live. We had 10 people at once. Now we only got 4. Head over there, guys, to D Live right now. I'm going to do a redistribution in just a moment. Send these lemons out. Ship these lemons out. I think it's very cool on a grassroots 3D printer, guys, banding together to help CryptoZilla, sharing some links there. 3D printers are cool. But I would expect 3D printer to scale massively in in warehouses. It's not like, you're going to be able to get a 3D printer at home and just be able to compete. Maybe you can now, but eventually it's going to be 3D printers all over the place. Derek McLean says, "Champ, I liked your video earlier. That one I did today. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do more videos, outside walking, or things outside of just live streaming. That's my intent. I'm busy, and between the things I'm doing aside from crypto and the fam, and I don't even feel like I'm on lockdown. To me, life hasn't really changed that much. I'm still, all systems go out here. Nano says they can print meat now at WTF. Yeah, I heard about that too. Food printers or whatnot. But yeah, Derek, I jumped on that Robinhood options, and I'm going to be doing some experiments now. I'm doing day trading. I haven't actually jumped into anything today, but I want to, because I want to do my buys in the morning. I want to get in there earlier. Then, I don't want to be coming in at 3 o'clock trying to find the deals. You got to get there early. So I'm already late, really. But I'm looking into these options. And options are cool because you could bet on the future. If you think things are going up, you could do a call. If you think things are going down, you could do a put. And you can also do credit spreads if things go sideways. I don't know much about credit spreads. I'm still learning about that. But, as far as the knowledge about, options, I feel fairly confident. I'm not obviously a pro. I'm not advanced or anything like that. I'm still learning like a little baby bear cub, but I get it. So I'll keep you guys up to date. I'm up day one. Basically, I would consider yesterday day one. Although I've been doing research and not development, but research for the past couple of weeks. So day one, basically, I'm up 17%. I could have been up 28, but then I did a bad move on silver. Champ, you know exactly when the market is opening and when it's closing? Well, the markets open at 9 and they close at 4. The legacy markets. Yeah, the legacy markets. When I'm talking about options trading on Robinhood, I'm talking about the legacy market. Like yesterday, I did a play on Bank of America. Are you doing short-term trades, Champ? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, I'm playing. I threw a little. I got $1,000 in there. A little account there, and I'm going to play with it. I'm just going to learn. I'm going to start doing some day trades there. I'll keep you guys up to date. And again, I may win, I may lose, but like anything, if you're going to learn, if you're going to take a shot at something, you got to never, gamble more than you can afford to lose. So, I got a little 1,000 in there. Let's see, maybe we can grow it. 7 people on D Live. I'll wait for a few more seconds before I do this redistribution. So yeah, that's the answer to your questions. Short term, yes. And, with all that, you're going to have to pay taxes. None of that is private. It's not crypto-centric. It's all out in the open. So, if you're into privacy and you're scared about taxes and stuff like that, probably not the route to go. But I'm right down the middle. I'm following all the rules and regulations. But I feel like right now is a good opportunity with so much volatility in the markets. When it comes to options, at least, options value increases with increased volatility. So there's a direct correlation. So, the options contracts could go up with this volatility. There we go, guys. I told you I'm not playing games with you when I tell you I'm getting ads. Derek, you owe me $5. You owe me $5, Derek. You owe me $5. Fanatics hit me up with an ad. This website looks interesting. They sell like collectibles or whatnot. How about the sports industry, guys? Wow, ESPN must be hurting. And listen, I'm not even a sportster like that, But what are they doing out there? I follow this one guy that he does like, I think his name, Bob Menery, that he's got like a sports announcer's voice. And let me actually see if I can pull him up, because he's now what he's doing, since there's no sports going on. He's just like putting wildlife videos and calling it like if it's a sports game. It's really funny. We got 9 people on D Live right now. Actually, you know what? Let me take a little moment here and do a redistribution. ETH1 says, I must thank you for this Brave browser. I remember you said install Brave and you will not regret it. And now I receive many ads and make bat. There you go. There's another testimony here. ETH1, he downloaded Brave. He likes it. I mean, guys, I know I'm shilling it. I mean, I'm going to be 1,000% honest. Yes, I shill it. I want you to download it. I want to make $5 off it. But on the same token, pun intended, it actually works and I actually use it. So, I mean, I feel all right about it. We got 9 people. Let's go ahead and do a redistribution. Head over to dlive.tv/champagne crypto. I'm going to click on distribute rewards. You click on claim rewards on your end. If you don't see that pop-up screen come up, it's probably because you have pop-ups blocked in your browser. You got to go into your settings and allow pop-ups from dlive.tv. So let's get it popping right now. Head over to dlive. Let's get these lemons circulating. Distribute the rewards in 30 seconds. Let's do it. And 30. Let's share the memes. Building 7 did not kill itself. Look into it. Look into that moon landing. Don't be triggered. How dare you? Let's see who the lucky winners are in 5, 4, 3, 2. Lucky winners today. ETH1 and Nano Joe. ETH1 got 33 lemons and Nano Joe got 19 lemons. Boom, 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 boom. And ETH1 immediately just donated an ice cream right back. I appreciate that, ETH1. Thank you so much. That's great. So, guys, you see it every single day. You know, everyone's won here. I've seen, it seems like the majority of the boomers that frequent the chat box have won at least one time. ETH won, Nano Joe won, Crypto Chick I think won last week. I've seen CryptoZilla win a couple times. Who else? Has Nano Joe just won. Yeah, so I mean it seems like the regulars have at least won one time. So you know I'm not playing games out here. So with the D Live, with the Brave, at least it's real deal. Nice. I just joined today. Thanks for the lemons. There you go. He just joined today and he won 19 lemons. Listen, these lemons are worthless. They're less than a penny, but it's fun to be a winner and it's fun to have something now in your account. You could tip your favorite guys. Like I like watching Jesse Lee Peterson. He's restreaming right now. And let's throw him a lemon just so you guys know how to use it now. You can only donate lemons to people that are on live. If they're not on live, you can't send them. So let's take a peek at Jesse. You can see he's going on. I got him muted. But let's send him a lemon. So if you just click on lemon. Boom. Champagne just donated a lemon. I could do it again. A lemon. Boom. So if you want to donate more, like an ice cream diamond, Ninja Guinea, etc. So yeah. I like the JLP show. It's cool. I don't agree with everything he says, but I like his show a lot. Digital Gold says, I use the Brave browser all the time now, clean and fast. Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't came across someone that's downloaded the browser and not liked it. I think it's like, does it have almost 100% satisfaction rate now? I mean, I don't know. Let me know if you've downloaded and you don't like it, but let me go ahead and shill it. Download Brave browser, block ads, and earn BAT tokens. Boom, boom, boom. I just link it right there in the chat box. And that's my link, guys. Yes, it's a referral link. I get $5. I want to be, as transparent as possible. Because, how people are, oh, Champ just wants you to download his link, this and this and that. Yes, guys, of course, I'll take the $5. But if you don't like it, go directly to Brave. And, ask people here in the chat box if they like it. Anyhow, enough Brave talk. I also have a link there to join Robinhood. You want to get a free stock. You want one free stock, and you don't have to spend anything. You just join Robinhood. Robinhood, though, you got to give them your personal information. You can't. It's like opening up a bank account. You're not going to be able to just do an anonymous account. It's not crypto. They're regulated. They're insured. They're mainstream. But you join them, and they'll give you a free stock. I got a free stock of Halliburton, and then most recently I got another free stock of Caesars Entertainment. Derek McLean says, "Champ, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. Any tips?" Start fasting. It's the number. I think, in my opinion, I think it is not even in my opinion. I think it's the fastest way to lose weight. Follow snake diet. Start fasting, and there's actually benefits to fasting that are besides just losing weight. I think fasting boosts growth hormone, boosts immunity. I'm not the doctor, so you want to cross-reference me, but follow snake diet. This guy doesn't play games. He's on YouTube, and he's also on Instagram. And let me show you his page. This guy goes hard. He's fringe. He even drinks his piss. Okay, and I don't necessarily follow that, but this guy drops. This is the real deal. I would say this is the most successful weight loss coach that I've ever seen. Snake diet. There he is. This guy, Cole Robinson. He don't play games. He don't play any games. Follow this guy. This is hardcore. Okay, but anyhow, just start fasting. You could do 1 meal a day. That's a good way to start. OMAD, 1 meal a day, where you eat just one solid meal a day. Good meal. You don't want to, don't starve yourself. If you can eat one good meal. He has an experiment, which I found very interesting, where he does 1 meal a day, eating McDonald's every day for 30 days, but only one meal a day. He eats McDonald's every day for 30 days, and he loses weight, and his blood work is better. He's got, it's called the McSnake documentary. Is it what it's called? Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, this one. McDonald's McSnake diet movie. Watch this one. This guy goes, he gets his blood test. This was done 3 years ago, but this is worth it. This is, and he doesn't try to promote eating McDonald's. The whole point is that eating less has benefits. CryptoZilla says his latest thing is 72 hours. Yeah, you could start off doing like 1 meal a day, but if you want to go a little stronger, you could do 48-hour fast and ultimately 72-hour fast if you're really, a G about it. He talks about, drinking snake juice during the fast, which is basically just water with electrolytes. You can make it at home with salt and, now I'm going blank. What is it? Salt and potassium? Yeah. But yeah, follow him on YouTube, and then follow him on Instagram, Snake Diet Wizard, and you could see all the results of his clients. I mean, they're not even clients; it's just people that he follows or that he has in his groups online, and it's just results after results after results. And then he posts the client's testimony, and the person that lost the weight explains exactly what they did. Like, I came across a snake diet. I started off with 24s. I moved on to 72s. This is what I ate. This is how long it took me. But yeah, if you want to, if you want to lose weight, this is the way to go, guys. Forget about those, eating this, eating that. If you want to lose weight, don't worry about what you're eating. You got to eat less. That's the thing with most of the diets. They're like, you want to lose weight? This is what you need to eat. And that's where I think it goes wrong. Because if you need to lose weight, you shouldn't be thinking about food. You need to not do food. Day and Night says best 1 meal a day or sitting window 18-hour. You don't eat nothing. The shorter the time frame, the better. I tried water fasting. I used to do it weekly, 2 days a week, and it just stressed me out mentally. Yeah, some people, have different thresholds. Some people could easily fast for 48 hours or 72 hours. Some people find it hard to do a 24-hour. But I'll tell you, I do intermittent fasting almost every day. I very rarely eat after 6 p.m. After 6 p.m., I very rarely eat, and I very rarely eat before 8 a.m. So, that's 14 hours at least every day that I'm fasting. Usually more. Sometimes I'll skip breakfast and then I'll eat lunch, and I'll eat just 2 meals, 2 good meals. But yeah, look up intermittent fasting and look up fasting. And CryptoZilla is right. If you're just drinking water on your fast, just water alone, it's going to drain you, and you're actually going to become weaker or lose some energy. You need electrolytes. It's the salt and the potassium. Exactly. The key is to have the electrolyte in the water. And Snake Diet goes over all of this, where you can put a little bit. It's not like dumping salt. You're not drinking salt water from the ocean. It's very little. It's like, I don't know, it's like a teaspoon or less per liter. I don't know exactly what the recipe is, but he explains it. Digital Gold says water fasting works for me. Yeah, but you could go further when you put a little bit of electrolytes in your water, because you end up pissing all your electrolytes out. And if you're just drinking water with no electrolytes, you end up being dehydrated. Water is not the only thing that hydrates you. It's the electrolytes within the water. You need the salts, the potassium, I think some magnesium as well. If I'm not, coconut water and Gatorade is good, right? I mean, it is good because it has electrolytes, but not for the fasting program that he recommends. Coconut water has calories, it has sugar, and so does Gatorade. So what he's recommending is zero calories. Okay, 0 calories. Gatorade has calories, coconut water has calories. Now, I'm not saying coconut water is bad. It's good, actually, but if you're going to do a fast strict, you don't want any calories. Cole's rants about COVID-19 are excellent. He's definitely woke. Yeah. I mean, I've been mentioning Cole for over 2 years, or at least for a year now. He's awoke. Yeah, check him out there. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was really, I'm into the self-improvement, especially when it comes to diet and exercise. We used to do the self-improvement streams every Friday for like over a year. There goes more ads, boom, 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 more ads. And that's what's going on. All right, guys, we've been on for over an hour now, right? About an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and tune down, guys. I'm going to go ahead and tune down. Always a pleasure. I'll take a few more minutes to answer any comments and questions. But, stay tuned in. I'm going to do more videos. And I'm going to look into finding a way to maybe even show you this Robinhood portfolio. But anyhow, I'll keep you up to date with the plays that I've done the following day. And let you know whether I'm winning or losing. So far, I'm up slightly over 17%, closer to 20. So so far so good, guys. And if you want a free stock, I'm going to show you that Robinhood referral link down below. If you join with that link, you're going to get a free stock without having to spend anything. Do you still have your altcoin portfolio, the one you made last year? The first virtual portfolio? No, I never saved that one. You probably have to go and find it to see exactly what we had in that bag from old videos. But I since erased that, and I started a new portfolio in January. Let's take a look at that portfolio, by the way. But I remember that first portfolio, we retired it and we were up. We had made some gains. Like we ended up doing all these trades, and we ended up just holding. We ended up with Bitcoin, Binance, and Monero at the ending, and we were in net positive. And I think we just called it a wrap there. I don't know how much gains we made, but it was a few racks. I forgot exactly how much it was. And then we started this new portfolio. Now we're down on that portfolio because everything's down. But it is outperforming Bitcoin. So, I know we're doing the right moves. Here it is. It's currently worth $85.14. And we started off with $9,200 when Bitcoin was 92. And we just wanted to outperform Bitcoin. And so far, the altcoin portfolio is worth more than a Bitcoin. So it's good. We got Binance, Crypto.com, FTX, Kyber, Monero, and Tezos. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what's going on. A couple more seconds for those comments and questions, and I'm going to go ahead and retire this broadcast. If you want to find out more about the plays that I did yesterday on the options, check out this morning's video. I'm going to do a little more recap videos like that, short little 5-minute, 6-minute videos or something like that. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and tune this one down. I'll see if there's a play today. My intent is to do, daily trades or short trades. That's not the right word. Short trades implies that I'm doing a short, but you know what I mean. Short, the length of duration. I don't want to hold. Swing trading, day trading, basically. So let's see if I can, get into something today, or not. I'll keep you up to date. But again, Robinhood is what I'm using for options. I'm not just straight up buying and selling. I'm doing the options trading, which is contracts for the future. They're securities, they're derivatives. So an example would be, let's take Bitcoin for example. Let's say you wanted to buy, that you believe that Bitcoin's going to go up by the fall, let's say in October. And you think that it's going to be somewhere around $8,000 in October. You could buy a contract to secure that price in October for a fee, for a premium. And usually those premiums are very cheap. So to give you an example, exactly what I did yesterday. So you got Bank of America. Let's look at Bank of America, just so I can show you kind of so let's go back to Bank of America. Bank of America is $22. Okay. Yesterday, it moved up and down between, let's go back to the 1 day. No, that's the wrong one. Let's go back to bank. In the 1 day, it moved up, it had some fluctuations. It went up from 22 down to, it's been basically in the $22 pocket. So, sometime yesterday, I bought an option, and this is risky, okay? Because the option was only 2 weeks in the future. So I bought a 2-week option for a $22 call. So the price was above $22. I bought the option to buy at $22, to buy 100 shares at $22. And that cost me 99 cents times 100. So about $99 per each contract, because each contract is for 100 shares. And that contract, in a matter of a couple hours, went up to even $1.50 at one point because of the volatility. But I ended up cashing out at 128. Okay, so this just give you an example. So to recap, it's like, I was able to make a move on Bank of America for 99 cents a share or a trade. So you see what I mean? And then you could do the opposite. If you expected it to go down, you could have bought a put price to sell at $23 in 2 weeks. And then you can also sell the premium. So you could do the opposite. So you could make money whether things go up or down. And especially when things are highly volatile, it adds to the premium. So that, it gets a lot deeper. And I'll continue talking about it more as I learn more as well. But on that note, I'm out of here, guys. Follow me. Check out all the links. And I'm out of here, guys. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.